In this episode of the RV Small Talk podcast, we are podcasting from the grounds, from the event of the Spring Texas Tiny Trailer Rally way out here in Bandera, Texas.
Yeah, we're at the Skyline RV Resort, Skyline Ranch RV Resort. And it's been fun. It's been a little wet.
Everybody bring a paddle? We could have had canoe races or something, right?
If I'd only known that we'd be tubing.
Tubing in our campers. But how cool to have a rally. It's been so fun. It's a little modified, but so great to see everybody.
This rally is brought to us by New Camp RV,
Intech RV,
A-Liner,
and Little Guy Trailers.
And don't forget the Teardrop Shop. So go check out our sponsors for not only the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally, but also this episode of the RV Small Talk podcast. We thank you all so very much. You do great things for us and for the RVing community.
Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, and the people and places and adventures that go along with them. We're your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Lindsay.
I'm PJ.
And I'm Clint. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We would like to direct your attention to where the show notes can be found for this and every episode. You can head on over to rvsmalltalk.com, but also join us on the community page on Facebook. It's just RV Small Talk Community. We will be sharing stories, and you can share stories or questions or upgrades or mods or where you're camping or what your coffee is or whatever. Join us there, RV Small Talk Community on Facebook. How about we dive into this watery mess that is the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally?
Let's do it.
We kind of saw this coming because all the forecasts were saying, okay, you could have some precipitation, but
Precipitation.
Is that what they call this? I thought it was deluge.
Yes, that's the word that comes to mind. So we have a few people joining us. They're in the room. You can't see them because it's a podcast, but we have people in the room.
Can I just squint really hard?
There's like 50 of them here.
Yeah, but they're really quiet.
Your math is way off.
They're really quiet.
It's a lot of people here.
So here's the deal. The rain has been constant, absolutely constant, except for right now. It finally stopped and I can hear birds.
Birds.
But walking between campsites, you'd have to basically traverse a small puddle to a lake. It's been wild, which is great because it's always a drought in Texas.
It's true, but there's always a rainstorm when we have a rally.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well,
I mean, how does that possibly happen?
If we have a rainy season in Texas, it's going to be right at the end of April, it always seems. And that's when we can get, spots at campgrounds for this thing.
So we get spots at campground because it's going to rain?
No, because it just happens to be that's when the snowbirds go back to their homes up north.
Well, I am just impressed at how many people are out here in the rain having fun. We have a lot of campers having a great time. And, really, when you think about it, hasn't really slowed us down much.
Yeah, that's the thing about this and probably every other rally. The weather doesn't have to and rarely does actually stop the fun.
Well, we just morph into whatever works.
Right.
Because we have a crowd that's used to camping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's true.
We ain't scared.
No. And our rally and others typically have events set up in such a way that they're laid back enough that you just do what you want to do. Some people who come to our rallies, we see them at check-in and maybe at a few of the gatherings, but for the most part, they just want to, it's a good reason to go hang out and be around like-minded campers.
Yes.
So you may not see them at so many events, but you'll see small groups of them who always come to these rallies and hang out together.
Rally fam.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And like we're saying, the rain is somewhat expected for this particular rally in the spring, but it's also just another shared experience. It doesn't have to be so bad. So maybe it causes you to chill a little bit or take a nap in the middle of the day.
It's also how we find the leaks, right?
Yeah.
And the awnings that don't work.
So handy
Everybody
that
finds
rain.
the leaks in their campers. Oh, now that is encouraging.
Hooray.
Better to know than not to know.
I guess. I have an idea. How about if for the next rally, we plan like a mudslide? And if we plan events directly related to rain,
Then it won't rain.
and we'll have bright sunshine.
PJ, let me ask you this.
Really? Because
a mudslide?
Yeah, but PJ.
I'm trying to think. Mud wrestling
What?
seemed a little inappropriate.
See? I was going to say,
So I went
PJ,
for mudslide, okay?
if there's mud events, I was going to say, what events do you envision, PJ?
A mud ball fight.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's a good one.
Mud football?
Oh.
It's real close to mud wrestling.
Hey, we got some time before dinner. We could do mud football.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's gravel in that mud.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so I thought it was a great idea. I went for it, and then you're backing up.
Well, it was your idea. It's not my idea. I'm backing up. I didn't go with you in the first place.
You came up with mud football.
Okay, fair enough.
Sure, what do you mean it wasn't your idea? Anybody listening to this podcast will know he said it first.
No, they won't because I edit.
Okay.
So fun.
Are y'all having fun yet? Well, let's talk about just a few of the things that we have done. What have we done so far?
Well,
Mandy Lee just did a great class on cell phone photography.
I think everybody got a new idea. Who knew?
I did.
I learned some things.
I did. I knew she would teach us some stuff.
yeah.
I learned some things. It was awesome and so fun to have Mandy and Kendrick here.
Absolutely. And so we've also had a movie night where we put a projector up and just blasted a big old movie. What did we watch?
That was
The Great Outdoors. And we had more popcorn than we still have popcorn.
We still
Who wants
have
popcorn?
Yeah.
So much popcorn.
Yeah. Maybe we pass out popcorn for the podcast.
To all 50 people
Yeah,
here. I
all
don't know
50
if we have
people.
enough popcorn for that.
I see 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
You
yeah,
people are
maybe
cross-eyed.
more. Maybe more. Yeah, tons of popcorn.
But you know what
That was
hasn't
fun.
happened yet that I'm really excited about?
What?
The tutus.
Yes.
Oh, that's happening tonight. So what's the event tonight? What's it all
I
rolled
don't
up?
know, but I'm wearing a tutu to it.
Okay, so you're kind of running a tutu contest?
I'm running a wear your tutu.
Wear your tutu event.
And I might throw a prize at you.
Okay.
Gently.
Okay, cool. And there will
So really what this boils down to is Lindsay wanted to wear a tutu. So
Yes.
she put it on the schedule
Yes.
so everyone else would. Lindsay, have had 10,
Bingo.
10 people ask me, we have a tutu. Are we going to be the only one?
Me too.
And they all keep asking me that. Are we going to be the only ones?
Nope.
So
I'll be there.
I'm so excited.
And
I'll be
Simone
there
has a
too.
Cookie Monster tutu.
Oh, it'll be so fun. We have a lot of prizes.
We do.
for tutus?
Yeah.
Well, for everything.
Anything. Okay.
Everything.
So there's going to be that. We're going to have some live music. I believe we're getting catered barbecue,
We're going to have happy hour.
happy hour.
Yeah.
Who brought alcohol? Not me. Do y'all have alcohol? Thank goodness. Oh, somebody's got alcohol.
If we even have you seen what shows up at our coffee in the morning? We have a get together in the morning with coffee.
Yeah.
There has been more bread and sugar products
Yeah.
than any of us could possibly eat.
And it always comes back to
But we
how
try.
do tiny
We
trailer
make a serious effort.
how do tiny trailer aficionados pack so much confectionery stuff and alcohol? But
Bob showed up with 60 sweet rolls. 60.
Yeah. And
He doesn't have a tiny trailer, so bad example.
Okay, well, we already talked about yesterday how Amy made muffins in her little toaster oven thing.
yeah, well,
My goodness.
Amy's done lots of miles with her tag. Now, if you don't know, and surely you know by now, but a tag teardrop is not the largest of spaces, but she's done lots of miles and she set up she knows her setup and she knows how to cook in it now. So we'll have Amy on here in just a little bit.
Amy sets up her own little community around her tags. So she's got a whole living
Community.
space.
I don't.
And now it's underwater.
It floats too.
It's a houseboat.
So I don't think that she's trying to disappear into the background with her setup, because all she could do with her setup is be like a beacon of you got to come ask questions about this. Like how does it work? How do you
Yeah.
live in this? How do you travel with it? What is this thing attached to it?
But there's so much of that right now. When I walked around last night, because another thing we did, because there's always burn bans.
Yeah.
So this year we had this great idea to do like gas fire pits.
Yeah,
And
propane
we have some
pits, yeah.
prizes with gas fire pits. So we're hosting different areas and people are having get-togethers, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And an hour before, they lifted the burn ban. So, but anyway, we have all these gas fire pits. So people have all these huge rooms and tents and awnings and big chairs and tables and lights and whirligigs and oh my gosh, the outdoor stuff that we have.
Right. So we're going to have to be sharing some of these photos on the community page to show people, if you've never been to a rally, particularly one that has a bit of personality, that you'll see some neat setups, some neat decorations, a whole lot of character.
Yeah. Even if you're never coming to the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally, you ought to go to texastinytrailerrally.com and look at all the pictures, because there is some cool trailers dressed up here.
And I just have to say, before you decide you don't want to come to the rally, that you should, even if you don't have a tiny trailer, because we called it the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally. But now we just have, anybody.
Right.
Everybody.
Bob's in a motorhome.
Yeah.
We still let him come.
He is tiny trailer at heart, right?
That's right.
And that works.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So how about we get some of the friends of ours from the, let's call it quote unquote studio audience up here.
Studio audience.
And see if we can get some people to join us on the mics to, I don't know, they can ask a question and we can chat about it, or they can tell us a story, we can chat about it.
Or we could just harass them.
Yeah, or they can just sit in front of us.
And we'll stare uncomfortably.
We'll stare uncomfortably, try to read their thoughts.
Yes.
On the microphone.
Ooh,
yes.
Telepathy.
Yeah.
Amy, start us off here.
Come on down. Whoop, whoop.
Hi, Amy.
Hello.
This is not your first time on the podcast, is it?
No, it isn't. I did it 2-3 rallies ago.
Yeah.
It was after I had done a trip, like my first really long, like 3 weeks that I had, almost 3 weeks that I had stayed in it, all the way through Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. So since then, I've been all the way up to South Dakota. And last summer, I lived in it for 6 weeks, went all the way up to the border of the United States and Canada at Niagara Falls.
Oh, how
that
fun.
sounds awesome.
How fun. Okay, I want to know, you are kind of the queen of mods. I think you may have won one of our
Yes, I did.
Master of Mods one year, because we give out awards here. I mean, if you don't go home with something from this rally, you are just not showing up. So you won one of our Master of Mods, and you always have cool things that you've rigged up on your trailer. What's the coolest thing you have now?
Oh, coolest or most functional might be two.
Good point. Good point. Okay. What's the most functional thing you have now?
The most functional thing that I have that really saved me in the last year was setting up an outdoor shower on the tag, because going and traveling during COVID, campgrounds were open. A lot of the bathhouses were not. So
yes.
I didn't necessarily have a way to take a shower or use the bathroom. I could still use a porta potty and empty it at a dump station. But that way I had a shower on the road when other people with tags were like, yeah, we can't really go that far because all the bathhouses and everything are closed. So that saved me.
So did you just get a road shower, or what did you do?
So I have a setup that I built on the side of mine. So I have the door that would be your normal door that opens on the side where your picnic table is. And since it's just me, I have just a single bed inside. On the other side, I built a shower curtain that's square that attaches to the side. I have a shower curtain on it. And inside of that, I have a propane-powered water heater that is run with a splitter off of the propane that goes to the camper. And then a little bamboo mat to stand on, so you're not standing in gravel and
or
mud.
making mud,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, which defeats the purpose of
Sure.
a shower. And a porta potty that I set in there. And thankfully for this trip, I made a small upgrade to cover the top of it.
Right.
Because I had a few times where it rained and I really needed to go to the bathroom, but if I got outside, I was going to get rained on.
Right.
So I took a little umbrella, a small one that's supposed to go on your camping chair, and put that over the top of it with a piece of fabric from an umbrella. So it's not completely dry, but at least I can get out in the middle of the night and use the bathroom if it's raining, which really worked out for this rally.
So I like this because there are things out there that are either ready-made, you just attach it to whatever trailer you have and all that, but you totally went I can make this route. Did you also fashion the propane splitter system? Like, did you design that yourself or put the pieces
how'd
together
you get
yourself?
that idea?
Or was that part of the shower system?
So the propane splitter was something that I knew of because growing up, we had multiple things at our house that ran on propane.
Okay.
So my dad had a splitter that ran it to the grill and then ran it to a fryer to fry fish. And so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I can just do that and I don't have to constantly change it out. And so I actually put a toolbox on the front of mine, and I have 2 holes in the toolbox in the back that it runs through so that it's still in there and secure, so I can leave it attached when it's not on the heater.
Okay, cool. And your dad helps you out with some of these mods, but you dream up everything? And
most of it. I had, so at the place that I worked, there were some people in our shop that I talked to about the best way to do the shower curtain.
Okay.
So they helped me with that, kind of from a manufacturing standpoint of what is the smallest diameter and wall size of pipe that I can use that will keep its form but not add a lot of weight to the camper.
Right.
So you have your shower set up on one side. You have the whole back set up with all kinds of stuff. You have a shelf off the other side. Your whole setup, how long does it take you by yourself to set up everything?
So if I set up, I have 2 things that can go over the back. I have an easy up if the weather's good. I have a tail veil that I'm using this time because it kind of covers it. But if I set up both of them, the shower, everything, the longest it's taken me to do it was about 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad.
That's impressive.
And you don't have to set it up every time or all at once.
No. And that's what I have different options because I learned that depending on the weather, where you are, you need different things. So, and everything I have is small enough that I can keep it with me at all times, especially if you're going to be gone for like a month at a time. You don't want to get somewhere and be like, oh, I left that at home and then the weather changed and I don't need it. So that's what the goal with a lot of the things I have was to be functional but take up the least amount of space, because the curtain on the shower curtain is outdoor fabric that you would wrap your furniture with but doesn't weigh anything. You can fold it up small and put it inside. So it's all small stuff.
Now, a lot of people who get into the small trailer format or into teardrop trailers like what you have, they think of it as this is the weekender, maybe 4 or 5 day option. They don't really think of it as this is a long trip duration sort of setup. Did you have in mind, no, I'm doing long trips from the get-go with this?
Not really, not as long as I have done. So when I originally got it, it was kind of a somewhat necessity, change in life that I had always done either flying or driving trips, but I had a limited amount of vacation. And when you have 2 weeks of vacation and you're on the road driving for like 3 days, you're exhausted when you get there. And I had a dog and it's very hard to find a place with her. And I had done a trip to the Grand Canyon that I was like, if I had a camper, I could take my time. It didn't matter where I stopped. I wouldn't have to unpack and pack.
Right.
I could make my own food. But then once I got it and got it set up, that was when I was like, oh, this is actually really functional. This is really easy. And then last year with COVID, I got laid off in June and I was financially okay. And I had been wanting to go somewhere. So I was like, well, I've got it pretty much fixed to where it's good. Let's see how long I can live in this. So I took off for 6 weeks in it last summer.
Yeah. Very cool. All right.
Okay. All that traveling, any great stories or adventures?
Well, I would say the one adventure I never want to have again reminded me at this rally, that would be camping in Kansas.
Camping in Kansas. That doesn't sound so bad.
Tornadoes?
Yeah, tornadoes.
There it is.
So I joked, and I have a blog, and I have a blog that is posted that is named the Full Wizard of Oz Experience, because that's what I feel like I got in Kansas.
Is it the Full Wizard of Oz Experience as a blog post, or is that the name of the blog itself?
That's the name of the blog post.
How did they find your blog?
It is Amy and Bella's teardropadventures.com.
All right, everyone go check that out. All right, back to your story.
So I had gone through Kansas. It was just one night. Sun was shining. It wasn't even that warm, wonderful weather. There's a museum out as soon as you get into Kansas from Oklahoma that you can go see the Wizard of Oz. I was staying in Dodge City. Had a great time. Went to bed that night. No issues, no problems. Woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning because everything. And so if you haven't seen my camper, another side note for functionality is I have a lot of things hanging over me because it's small. So I wake up to everything in the camper falling on top of me.
Oh.
And there is this really loud, like whistling noise that sounds like the beginning of the Wizard of Oz that I can hear. And the camper is shaking and my dog is crying. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening?
Are we airborne?
Do you scream for Annie M?
Did you look out the window and see a witch on a bicycle?
No, I didn't see, but you couldn't see anything. So at first I was like, I'm trying to calm myself, like, don't overreact. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a little wind. And then I look at my radar map and it's like all of these colors that are dangerous. And then I hear a siren.
Yeah.
And I start hearing other people, because it's a very small campground. I hear camper doors slamming. And so I look outside and someone's like, that's the tornado alarm, the tornado alarm. So like, oh no.
Right.
So at that point, I'm like, all right. So I feel like I felt exactly like Dorothy in my flip-flops, where I put my flip-flops on. I grab my purse because I'm like, well, I need that. If everything, I own blows away,
so
I
they
at least
can
need
identify me.
Yeah, like, I need a driver's license.
Stop it.
So I was like, I take off running with this 30-pound dog because she's small, because she's heavy. And here I am running with the wind blowing, with the trees and the whistling sound, running like all the way across the campground to the cinder block bathhouse where everyone else was going. And I was like, this is not the experience I wanted to have in Kansas.
Yeah,
So-
forget COVID. Let's all get in this bathhouse together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But stories like that, they're not fun to live, but they're excellent for retelling for the rest of your life.
Yes. Yes. It's one of those.
It's epic.
Yeah.
My God, I can just imagine like a tag like spinning in the air.
Well, that's just it. It's a teardrop. It's kind of shaped like an airfoil.
It's kind of meant to fly.
It's going to make
It could
lift.
just take a tour.
So even before other people started running, I was like, oh, I have to get out of this, because I was pretty sure the way that it was tilting back and forth, I was like, I'm pretty sure wheels are coming off the ground at this point.
Well, when you peeked out the door, did you see if there's any really short people out there?
No, there wasn't. There wasn't, other than me.
Darn.
Simone told her that this morning.
What's that?
She just looked at Amy and goes, what'd she say?
You're little.
You're little.
I was like, you're little too, but I'm a kid. So
Like, Simone.
Kids say the darndest
She's
things.
3. She doesn't need a filter yet.
It's just
that's
so
right.
funny. It was out of the blue. It just
and
cracked me
she
up.
was just looking at me. She's like, you're little. I'm like, okay.
Should have been like, oh no. Really? What happened?
How did that happen?
Every night that happens. All right. Well, Amy, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we'll again have you back at the next rally,
And we'll put
maybe
your
on the
blog
microphone
post
again.
in the
Show notes.
so
Okay,
everybody can go
perfect.
read it.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, do either of you still have Kansas on your travel plans?
I mean,
I'd go to Kansas.
I'd go to Kansas.
what's in Kansas?
Tornadoes.
Yeah, what are you
Not
visiting,
Amy?
Kansas?
Yeah, I don't know what's in Kansas. Corn?
Kansas City?
Hey, Paul, what's in Kansas?
Doesn't Kansas City have barbecue?
Yes.
And blues?
Yes.
Well, Kansas City, Kansas, they're all right together. They're all
Are
stuck
they?
together. I have relatives in
Kansas has
City.
most of the same letters as Arkansas,
It's
but
actually,
not all
Kansas
of
City is beautiful, but I would go there to see people.
Who would say that?
Yeah, Clint,
them. This guy.
come on. Come on. You already know the answer
Kansas
to
starts
that,
with
Lindsay.
a K. Yes, it does.
Thank you. I've been sitting here thinking about all these people that we autograph,
Yeah.
and I mixed
But
it up.
Andrea,
Come on.
how about you let us just ask you questions, and
Come
you can
on.
learn us a thing or two.
All right.
Absolutely.
Andrea,
Scoot this just a bit more that way. You can
first of all, that sweatshirt looks so comfy.
It is.
That's epic. Okay.
Alaska. Okay. How long? You have a tag, correct?
I do.
How long have you had your tag?
Since about 6 months. I
6
think
months.
November, I bought it.
Okay. And how many times have you been camping?
A lot.
A lot. Okay. So
Couple of weeks every month.
awesome.
a couple of weeks every month. Do you go for like 2 weeks at a time?
We go for a week to 14 days.
Okay.
at a time.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
And it's you and your dog?
Just me and my dog.
Oh.
Okay.
What's your dog's name?
Jersey.
Okay.
You've done a lot.
I'll try to get that name right. Sorry.
What area are you from? Are you from the Texas kind of area? Did you come in?
No,
I don't
I've
know
only
your
been
location.
in Texas a couple years.
Okay.
I'm from Alaska,
Okay. What's your home base right now?
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth.
Yep.
Okay. So Fort Worth means that if you wanted to go for a week or two anywhere, you could actually get out of Texas pretty easy. Have you done some out across the boundaries?
In June, I'm headed to Colorado for the summer.
Nice.
Ooh, that sounds nice. Now that sounds better than Kansas, Lindsay.
It's true. Amy,
I know why you would
listen
go.
to Andrea.
I know why you would go to Colorado. I can't answer the Kansas one, but I know why you would go to Colorado.
We have Kansas listeners. They can tell us.
Okay, well, somebody tell me.
Yeah, they can tell us.
What do I do?
They'll
when I
tell
go
us
to
in the
Kansas?
comments.
We need
Yeah.
an expert.
I don't dislike Kansas.
Okay, so even maybe a little bit more backstory. Alaska.
Did you camp
was
in
home.
Alaska?
No, just lived there.
Okay.
Well, now you're in Texas and
Yes.
you got a tag.
I do.
And now you want to
Yeah.
run away to Colorado for the summer
Yes.
to get in cooler weather?
I eventually
the
want to go
motivation?
full time.
Oh, really? In a tag?
Yes.
It's tag day, guys.
It
I
is
guess
tag
we are
day.
At the tiny trailer rally. Right?
Sure. Easy access to tag people.
Yeah.
So what is your biggest concern with going full time? Like the biggest thing that you're maybe scared of or unsure of?
Not knowing every night where you're going to be.
Okay.
Like not having that home base. Like you're just roaming.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a lot of people out right now.
Yes. That's
So
that
that's
is very
a little
true.
scary.
So you're going to do like campgrounds or just like
I'm going to try to
BLM
boondock.
lands?
Yeah,
Okay.
BLM, forest land.
How confident are you in your boondocking skills? Okay.
We're
all
going to
right.
find out.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I mean, you try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst that can happen is you go, okay, I wasn't quite prepared for that. Let's pack up and let's go find a campground and regroup and try again, right?
Yeah. It's set up for boondocking. So
Good.
Sure. Absolutely.
go with it.
You've done week-long and 2-week-long. Have you been practicing boondocking, or have you been going to campgrounds that have full hookups?
Full hookup right now.
Okay, so you're going to start making a transition to test out the boondocking format here soon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well,
Do you have any questions about boondocking we can answer? Or pretend to answer?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
if you think of any later.
And you got to, at this rally, you got to connect with Mandy Lee,
Correct.
who has done the life.
Did you get to talk to her for a second?
Yes.
Good.
And we're gonna chat later too.
Good, because she's a hard one to catch. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of things did she help you kind of think through? Since you got to talk already a little bit, I know you'll talk to her again, but what did Mandy Lee help with so far?
Just some of her experiences, some of her how she got started,
Yeah.
and just go with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to ask you the same question I asked. What's your name? Amy. Just kidding. I know you've done some pretty cool things to your trailer. What's something that you're really proud of that you did to your trailer?
I pulled out the microwave.
Yeah. Who
Okay.
wants that in a?
I mean,
In a boondocking trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who needs a
Yeah.
microwave?
So I took that out and actually built a drawer. Put a drawer in it that stores all my food.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you did it all by yourself?
Yes.
I wouldn't even know where to start taking out a microwave. The screws?
I would go with
Yeah.
the screws. Yeah.
Oh, a hammer?
You can go that
crowbar.
route. Sure.
I don't know.
Just make sure it's your trailer, and then any method is fair game.
I could get the microwave out, but I could not build a drawer.
You know what I do is I put something metal in the microwave and I set it to 2 hours. That gets the microwave right out.
And the fire department.
wait.
Not the best way to do that, Clint.
All right. Maybe Andrea had the better.
Yeah, right. Andrea knows what she's doing. What else have you done to your trailer?
Other than that, I put I have an awning on it now.
Your awning is awesome. I've had so many people come up to me and be like, "What's that awning on our trailer?"
Yeah. Tell
Why-
us, what is that again?
So it's a Rome awning
Rome?
from
Okay.
Rome Adventure. And actually, I have a room for it also. So it makes my
Nice.
space 6.5 by 8. Whole nother addition to the camper.
I mean, and you can use that room for anything. Whereas I mean, obviously the tag platform is great because it's a campsite on wheels. You don't have to do it. You modify it as you want, but it is a campsite ready to go on wheels. You park, you unlock it, and you're camping. But by adding that awning that has the side walls and all that, you double the space. You have some more stand-up space, and it's so utilitarian, and it's easy, and it makes boondocking just that much more possible.
And it's completely, you could close all the windows and have complete privacy in there.
Yeah, you're adding an entire another trailer, basically, like a whole nother room. It doubles your space. So what are you most excited about being like full-time in your camper?
It's just exploring.
Just being...
Just going out there, seeing what's out there, exploring all the forest lands and meeting different people.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fun.
Does this tie into other interests of yours? Do you do backpacking or photography, fishing and whatnot?
I go backpacking and fly fishing.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
So I could get back in those woods and go backpacking or those back streams.
Can I ask a really stupid question? What's the difference between fishing and fly fishing?
The equipment.
What is fly fishing?
It's the equipment.
Are you fishing for flies? Do you use flies to fish?
Kinda.
Is that the one where you do this a
Well,
lot?
they call them
Yes.
flies, but they're not flies.
Where you don't sit, you just do this a lot?
You're going to have to watch a river run
I
through
don't
it.
know.
So many questions.
What's fly fishing?
It's pretty much the equipment. It's the way you cast. You use the weight of
I was asking Andrea.
Oh, sorry.
But okay. Thanks, Clint.
I'm
Well,
I'm
the hard
sending you.
part is you have to catch the flies and then get in the not.
Like tie their wings, but without hurting them, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
And you don't. Their legs are so little. Like you don't
Just so
want,
little.
You deserve that.
Did.
You
Thank
totally
you.
deserve that.
Thank you for that.
So
All right.
yeah, and there's something I like. I'm no good at fly fishing whatsoever, but I love doing it because I can lose hours just in the setting, and it's not a bad monotony. There's a rhythm to it because you're using the weight of that fly to actually get the distance and to actually place your, I guess you still call it a lure or fly, out there, and there's something magical to it. And again, I'm terrible at it, but it's. If you've ever watched a river runs through it,
Nope.
yeah, there's something amazing about.
Kind of like vacuuming. No.
No.
I mean, not wholly dissimilar. You're still
I
trying
need to try
reel
this
them in.
fly fishing thing.
I don't know, Lindsay. We might have to let you stay up 2 nights in a row because I think you'd be a little bit too wiggle wormy to fly fish.
Well, we'll just have her back off the energy drink. She'll be fine.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm literally drinking mud water.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you already have somewhat of a camping, trailering community that you're already a part of? Are you connecting to them now?
I'm starting to connect. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Through this rally.
Okay.
She's here.
Yeah.
Tiny
Step
trailer rally.
one.
Step one.
And
Come
we're
see
mostly
us.
nice, right? You've mostly been having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Best part of the rally for you so far.
Seeing the trailers, meeting people.
Have you seen some mods here that you're thinking about maybe doing or some ideas, some storage things?
There's some good ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I always get out of it. Seeing how other people store things and organize things is really helpful.
Yeah. You know, I've seen your setup and I think that your setup is pretty much road ready as it is, but have you kind of thought of a few other things you might add to your setup before you head up to Colorado?
I'm going to get a new car.
Okay. That's definitely an
that's a big
accessory.
thing. It's a big mod.
What car are you going to get?
A Toyota 4Runner.
That seems to fit, you know, not only what you're going to be trailering, but the destination that you have in mind.
Yeah, a 4-wheel drive that can take you anywhere.
Yes.
Cool.
'Cause
Very cool.
my car now is right on the border.
Yeah.
So, and then I want to get portable solar
Yes.
set up. But other than that, I'm ready to go.
I'm
You ready to go?
so excited for your adventures.
All right.
Please
Will you
keep
send us
in touch,
pictures?
even if you're not in
will.
Texas. Yeah.
Pictures.
Are you going to
I want
be
pictures.
starting some sort of media that can be followed? Are you going to be doing blogging or video
I've
or
never
social?
looked in. I want to, but I don't know where to start.
It's
Oh.
super easy. I know someone that can show you.
Plenty of people here can
Yeah.
We will help you get started with that because we want to see where you travel to and what you're doing.
Yeah, and I eventually want to make the loop back here in the fall for the next rally.
Woohoo! All
right.
That was the
Mission
best
accomplished.
answer.
So that'll be my full circle then.
Awesome.
All right.
And so,
will you come back on our podcast and tell us
and yeah, tell us your adventures.
what happened?
Yeah, I'll come back on.
All right.
Yay.
Cool.
Thank you,
Sweet.
Andrea.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right. We have our next victim, and you are
Gary,
Gary. Where from?
Fort Worth.
All right. And you have some connection to Andrea. What is that?
Andrea is my daughter,
Oh.
my youngest child.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I say you did all right. She's camping. She's adventurous.
She's getting me back into it.
Nice.
Really? Oh, is that what's happening
She said,
here?
Dad, will you take me down to Princess Craft? They have these little trailers I want to look at. So we went down there and she picked out one and we bought it. Next thing I know, I'm buying one a couple weeks later.
No way.
But I went down to Florida.
right,
and got
all right.
mine.
Andrea, you rock.
So her and I have been running around camping quite a bit because I'm out COVID right now with not working and stuff. So it's a good time for me to do it because when I am working, I'm on the road 24/7 running motor coach around the country.
Okay.
So right
So,
now, motor
wait.
coaches aren't running. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I don't understand.
Motor coach is a tour bus.
You drive a tour bus.
Yes, ma'am. 45-foot bus all over the country in Canada.
There you go.
A tour bus for like a band?
No.
Oh.
Do tours all over the United States. We have tour companies that hire us to take their people around,
Yeah.
set up tours.
Oh.
We do a lot of European tours and a lot of tours around the United States with other people out of Florida
Cool.
and things like this.
So you know how to drive a giant bus.
I drive in New York City, downtown Chicago, San Francisco.
Okay. So
Dang.
if I were to dream
Sounds
up
terrifying.
I know it's
Absolutely
It really
terrifying.
sounds scary.
I just want to go on record saying, oh my God.
It's like driving a car.
Yeah,
if
no.
I
just
were
bigger.
to dream up an episode where I wanted an expert who knows how to handle road conditions and travel and safety and just real expert advice for real long distance stuff, we could bring you on and just pick your brain.
You could. Before I drove motor coach, I drove big trucks for 10 years or better.
Yeah. And the trucking
over-
community really has a lot of insight that the RV community could
Correct.
take advantage of.
Correct. We see a lot of stuff going on out there. We said, this guy is in trouble.
Because they just buy RVs and start driving
they buy
around.
big Class
Yeah.
A's and they throw them in there and they start driving. They don't know what
Right.
they're really doing.
Yep.
Right.
And it's not that easy.
And they don't have a CB, so you can't warn them. You can't, hey, guy.
Well, you know, CBs are kind of phasing out. It's more
Yeah.
like cell phones nowadays. So.
Yeah.
But they still do use CBs too.
Yeah. So let's get back to Andrea brought you back into
Correct.
camping. What were you doing before, and
Well-
how did it kind of slow down for you and whatnot?
When my wife was still alive and the kids were small,
Okay.
we had travel trailers, 25 foot. We started out in tent, then we went to a pop-up, and then we went to 25-foot
Yeah.
trailer. As most people do.
Sure.
And so we all camped and everything. And then things just happened. The kids grew up. She passed away, so on and so forth. And I just kind of got away from it. And
Right.
she's getting me back into it now. So
Yeah. Did
And
you?
you have an A-liner, right?
I have a
An A-frame.
A-frame.
It's a Rockwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. They're all good. Everybody needs just
It's-
needs
If
to be
you're
out.
camping, then
A-frame
you're
was-
good.
A-frame was original, and then everybody had copied them. So yeah.
That's right. But yeah, so you have a Rockwood.
Yep.
And you have rediscovered that level of camping.
Yep. And the things that come along with it.
Like what?
Rain.
Rain.
Yeah.
Well,
Rain.
rain happens.
We've had we've had an issue at this camp, and we've had one a month ago, I think it was, 2 months ago, we had an issue. We were out at Lake Tawakoni in East Texas, and we both had our trailers backed up to the lake. Beautiful sights
Sounds
and everything.
gorgeous.
Oh, it was great. Until one night it decided to storm. And I
Does
don't
that.
think we actually had a tornado, but we had really close to it.
Right.
The wind was rocking both of our trailers. It actually took her little tag and flipped it around. It was blowing
Like,
so hard.
move the trailer.
It moved the whole trailer around.
It spun it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It didn't mind, but because I have the A-frame and I was backed up to the water, the wind and the rain was coming up this way, and it was so windy and so heavy rain, it actually forced it right past the seals and inside the trailer. So in the middle of the night, I'm up towels mopping things up,
Sure.
trying to stop it. It was a disaster.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it was crazy.
And if it's that style of wind, you couldn't set up beforehand
nothing-
to the prevailing wind
Yeah.
because that type of
Yeah,
wind
there's
you
just
can't
nothing you
predict.
can
There's
it.
nothing you can do. And it hasn't done it here at all.
Right.
Now, we've had heavy rains here, and it's not been leaking, except now my front storage box has decided to start leaking. So it's getting water in it and coming inside the trailer.
Sometimes
So
it's
it's
about
just-
which way the wind's blowing
It
and
is.
how it's
Yeah.
pushing
It is.
something open.
These are all extreme conditions you
Yeah.
normally don't have. So
And extreme conditions happen, and then you
it
just
doesn't matter.
regroup and
Doesn't matter what
continue.
you're in.
I like
you're gonna
how
have
it's
issues.
these are all extreme conditions you don't normally have. I've had it twice in
We've
one month.
have them all.
And guess what?
And I contribute that to spring in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
well-
get crazy weather down here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, at least you're not in Kansas.
No.
This is just the extreme weather
Kansas episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should use a Kansas song
But
in this
y'all were-
episode somehow.
Y'all were talking about her mods. She's done her trailer, her cabinets and things, but she's a great woodworker. When I got my trailer, we decided that we wanted more storage because the A-frames don't have a lot of storage in them. So we took the dining room table part out, cut the couches in half, and she built me all across the front on the inside a bunch of cabinets. So I got 3 big cabinets and a spot down the bottom with the porta potty in it and all these things. And she did all that by herself. I just gave it to her and let her run with it.
So we didn't ask the right questions.
She's done some furniture too that's been really great.
Yeah, we didn't ask the right questions. I
You know, I have another
I'm bragging on
mic.
her.
Should we invite her back on the other mic?
I'm bragging on her, but I tell you
yeah,
what,
why
man,
didn't we have them on together?
Watch out, your dad's proud of you.
she is
Watch Look out.
she is a great person. She's done so well.
That's
So,
very cool.
After her mom passed away and everything, she's still
Yeah.
doing good. So
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're both having new adventures.
we are, and we're having a lot of fun together doing things. So a lot of father-daughter time.
Yeah, a bit of reconnecting
that's
and
cool.
whatnot. Will you make some short? I mean, I know she wants to do full time this summer in Colorado. Will you do a few runs up there every now and then?
I told her
meet
that if work is not busy,
Uh-huh.
because when we're working, when a normal working schedule, we're 24/7.
Right.
I'm gone all summer basically. Just because of COVID, I haven't worked in that whole time frame.
Right.
So we've been able to do this. So I've told her as long as the work allows, I want to go up to Colorado and meet her and spend some time up there. But also when I retire in a few years, I want to try to spend time with her and travel around with her and stuff too.
Right.
That's the ultimate goal. So for me at least.
Yeah.
So
Well, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds great. So during COVID, you're not traveling, you're not working.
we're not
at
running
all?
motor coach because nationwide motor coach industry basically shut down.
That's right.
Because
That's
nobody's
what I heard.
traveling. No restaurants are open. National parks, state parks are all closed. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. So
Any relief in sight yet?
we are starting to pick up not tours, but we're doing little basketball trips, football when football, high school football is going on, little things like that. But nothing really.
Okay.
It's tough.
It is. It's really tough because we're not making any money right now.
No.
And there's been a lot of companies going out of business. A lot of the mom pop stuff really, it's hurt. and we're
That's
not
gonna
getting
be
any
tough.
relief from any of it.
Right.
Government
Well,
hadn't helped any, but yeah,
you take a deep breath and you go camping, right?
that's it.
Yeah.
We can only do what we can do. So
That's
we
exactly
just move
right.
forward.
The
Tomorrow's another
camping
day.
mentality. You can only do what you can do.
That's right.
Exactly. And
Tomorrow's
stay
another
out of
day.
Kansas.
Stay out of Kansas.
Go around Kansas to get to wherever you're
Poor
going.
Kansas.
I
You know, just
know.
pick on Kansas
I have
today.
been in the big truck though before and had tornadoes come around me and that truck rocking pretty good.
Oh, that's
I was sleeping in the
terrifying.
middle of the night. Oh shoot.
No way, Jose. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Well,
Yeah, so
all
it-
right.
it
well, the
happens.
reality is if there's a tornado, there is no good place to be.
Nothing you can do.
Yep.
If you
Do
had
the
some
best you can.
quick tips, let's say 3 tips off the top of your head that you think people, just the general public who is traveling with an RV, might want to know. 3 tips for highway travel.
Give everybody plenty of room. Don't cut
Yeah.
people off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're in a big motor coach or you're in a truck with a big trailer, don't be running 80 miles down the highway, 80 miles an hour down the highway. That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Slow down. Take your time. Relax.
Yeah.
You know, that type of stuff.
You're on vacation. Act
People
like
are in
it.
too big a hurry nowadays to get places.
Okay.
You know, that kind of stuff.
That's how accidents happen.
Give trucks room, give cars room. Don't cut people off.
Right.
All these type of things.
Sure. Defensive driving 101.
You always have to think, what's going to happen next? What's this guy going to do? How am I going to get out of that situation?
Uh-huh.
Always have it in your head. If he
Contingency
does this,
plan.
I can go here and do this.
Right.
That type of stuff.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah. Don't check
defensive
out.
Driving. No.
Don't put your brain on autopilot.
You're not the only one on the road. Everybody else is out there on the road too. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, I think, kind of
Right.
get
Blinders.
tunnel vision, and I'm in.
Or daydream or what
Whatever.
have you.
Cell phones. Don't be on your cell phones.
Uh-huh.
That's a huge deal. I see a lot of
Yeah.
texting,
And
talking.
it doesn't seem to matter what they're in. Yeah, it could be a
That's
small vehicle. It
anything.
could be a big truck. Doesn't matter. It seems like everyone's
Anything. I see that because I'm up higher, so I can see cars and stuff.
right.
Always texting, always
Right.
talking on phones.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't understand that.
It is
I
absolutely
just don't
nuts.
understand it. Why people think they can like text and drive. I just find it
Well,
fascinating.
I think it's because
Why?
it's an addiction because it
They
actually
just don't
works
wanna
on the
wait
brain.
to answer.
No, I think it literally works on the brain, the same place in your brain that other addictions do.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Science.
We have got so used to cell phones, we can't live without them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, we didn't have cell phones. We had to find payphones and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Nowadays,
terrible.
Do you
remember
I hated
payphones?
that.
I do. I had to hunt them down and put quarters in.
It was really hard to use them while you're driving too.
You couldn't.
Yeah, it was
you
very hard.
But now everybody has cell phones and stuff, and nobody knows what to do without it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take it away from, if we have kids on the bus and you take the phones, they go crazy.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Yes. They
We
go
have got
crazy.
so
Their
used
parents
to
go
them.
crazy. Their parents' lawyers go crazy.
My kids even say, "Hey, Dad, the phone's ringing. You gonna know that phone can wait until I'm done doing what I'm doing." You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Well, y'all put your phone downs and drive safe.
Downs.
I'm gonna
Downs.
put my
Sorry,
phone
it
down.
slipped in there. But okay.
But the biggest thing is probably defensive driving. Be aware of what's around you and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Good advice.
So-
Very good advice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay, Terry.
All right.
Nope, you don't do anything.
Yeah. That's not a switch, actually. Yeah.
We got Terry as a surprise who walked in innocently looking for me to talk about rally dates for next year, and we made her sit down. Terry is the one who helped me put this whole rally on the map and get everybody their sites. She works here at Skyline Ranch RV in Bandera.
How does that happen? How do you end up working at a cool place like this?
Also, I love your glasses.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I came here by a fluke. I was in another RV park.
A fluke, like a little tapeworm sort of
Yeah.
thing?
Clint.
That's what a fluke is.
Stop.
No,
Oh, sorry.
stop.
I
Okay.
came here looking for a site. They had one site, and it was dedicated for a work camper. And here I am.
You said, okay,
3
well,
years
how about
later,
if
I'm
I-
still here.
How about
3
if I be a work
years?
camper?
Do you do a season here and then go somewhere else for a season, or are you just here year round?
Well, thanks to COVID, I've been here year
All
round.
right.
Yeah, typically long season though. Usually, I'm here 9 months out of the year,
Which 9 months? typically?
from October 1st through June 1st.
Okay, so this wouldn't actually be, well, other than
Yeah,
9 months
I
out of the year. Where would your original home base be? Where
This is my home base.
okay, but where from before?
A little bit everywhere.
Okay.
From New
sure.
York City to Honolulu, Hawaii, and everywhere in between.
How did you drag your RV to
There's water in
Honolulu?
between.
Yeah, no, but in the summer we travel we stay in the Southwest. We don't go east
Yeah.
of the Mississippi. Made sure I didn't leave anything there when I left there last time.
Okay.
But yeah, we just travel in the summer.
Okay.
So wait, what? What?
I need a life story.
Life story. I was born in
Make sure
Roswell,
you
New
didn't-
Mexico.
Okay.
Need I say more?
No,
It's
that's
a
a
great
good
No,
place.
start.
that's it. We're good.
It's dropped you on your head right there in Roswell, and off you went.
So what is it like? Were you a camper for a while before you started working at campgrounds? This is
Yes.
a new concept for me.
This is my only work camping experience ever.
So what's the other side like?
I'm a traveler. I'm the Rolling Stone that gathers no moss.
Okay.
So the time that you have off that you're not work camping here is the summer?
The summer when it's too hot in Bandera.
So do you go north to
Yeah.
get away from it?
Yeah, we have children all the way up through New Mexico,
Sure.
Iowa, Minnesota.
Not Kansas, right?
No.
Good, because the rest of the podcast was about how terrible Kansas was.
No. We try to just breathe.
You hate
through there.
Kansas too? All right.
windy.
See, all right.
It's windy.
Down
Yeah,
with Kansas.
Oh,
Windy
poor
is a
Kansas.
description. I know.
Oh, it's
No.
fine.
They'll be
It's
okay.
fine.
They'll get over
Nobody
it.
in Kansas is listening.
They already know.
They already know their
know
state
it's windy.
sucks.
Yes, they know it's windy. That's why a lot of them come here for the winter.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
Terry, I need the craziest
Yeah.
story, like as a park host. Is that what they call you? Like as
Yeah, yeah.
like a crazy request that a camper had or something that happened to
Yeah.
a camper. Did anything like explode or?
I was gonna say, but Skyline Ranch is kind of chill.
I know
we
it's
are very chill,
chill.
and we thrive
but-
on being chill.
Yeah, so
Yes, and we love that about you.
So-
If it's not chill,
there's a problem.
we ask them to find
Get
a new
out.
partner.
Have you met some
Well, there you
really
go.
interesting characters coming through here? I mean, anyone stick out? We're
Any
all
stories?
We're all
yeah.
white bread.
Give me a story. Give me
Yeah.
a good story.
You want the story of the guy that passes out in his truck, and we don't have his phone number because some girl dumped him here, and
What?
and he stayed. You know, he
How
seemed
long did he
happy.
stay?
He was a happy drunk when he was awake.
How long did he stay?
Not as long as he wanted to.
Okay. All right.
You helped him move on.
Yes. We,
Okay.
We found an
How did you
escort.
do
We got
that?
him some assistance, and
Do you
he
call the sheriff and the sheriff?
No,
comes
we
to
actually
get him?
had some friend contact that lived close by, and they actually came and got him in his rig. And
What about crazy animal stories?
Yeah, y'all are
more
overrun with
crazy
crazy
than our
animals.
longhorns.
Yes, they have longhorns here. They have giant herds of deer. You got donkeys. You got
Goats.
Those are not goats. Those are Barbados black-bellied sheep.
There you go.
There you go.
See?
There's your
Barbados
interesting.
black-bellied sheep. Come on, Clint.
Those were
I'm-
at one point they were almost extinct in the world. There was less than 1,200 of them in the world. They are semi-native to Texas, typically out of Central
what does
America.
semi-native mean?
They have been transplanted to the United States.
Okay.
In the United States, at one point, there was less than 200 of them in existence. They are wild sheep. They are not raised for anything.
Okay.
These ones that have graced us walked in. They crossed. They swam the river, the Medina, came across from a ranch that was out there somewhere, and came in with one ram and his little harem.
Yeah, and just
And-
made home.
Made himself at home. We have had 6 babies, 3 sets of twins, and Mr. Ram had to go away because he thought the Longhorns were a nice challenge. And-
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
and then he left behind a herd that was so large it was too large for us for our Longhorns to compete with. So we have since traded those off, and so now we're down to 4 little happy females. And
Do
we're
you
good.
name them?
We ironically, the 2 babies that are here are Donald and Melania because they were born on President's Day.
Okay.
All right. Interesting.
Yes.
There you
And
go.
what is your longhorn's name?
Red and Paint.
Red
Okay.
and Paint.
And they are 21 years old. They're 2 years beyond their prime.
Yeah. Okay.
They
they
every
look
day we
just
wake
fine
up
to
and they're
me.
still on their hoof. We're blessed.
Aww.
So
Wow. Well, you must take really good care of them.
we try.
They look terribly healthy.
They're just they're in their retirement stage. That's for sure.
So
And the donkeys as well. They're that's mama and daughter donkey. So
yeah.
Do they have names or is it mama and daughter?
it's mama and daughter.
Fair.
All the
Fair.
campers call them something.
And Red and Paint and Donald and Melania.
All the animals.
All the animals.
So you're just outside of Bandera, Texas here, and Bandera is known as, and I want to say cowboy capital of Texas or
We're
of
known
the
as
world.
of the world.
The world,
Okay,
Clint.
why-
Come on, world.
Why
famous.
is this? Why is this? What's the history here of this being cowboy capital of?
Why is it so
It's
cowboy-y
just
here?
ranch land.
It's just ranch land.
Yeah, just huge ranches out here.
Okay. Did one of the major trails also originate here or pass through here, like
The
Chisholm?
Old Spanish Trail
The old
passes
Spanish
through
Trail.
here.
Okay.
And also, there's a lot of motorcycles. Have y'all noticed?
Yeah. It's
Not so much today.
No, but like in general,
yeah,
it's a
well,
motorcycle place.
It's been raining for 3
Yeah,
days.
it's
so
beautiful.
you know
The
what.
hill country's
Good
beautiful
rides.
motorcycle
Beautiful
riding.
rides here.
a couple rallies a year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, several actually.
Okay.
And lots of dude ranches.
Hey,
What'd you call me?
dude.
You
I
heard
have a
me.
friend that has a dudette ranch.
A dudette ranch.
It's all
Yes.
women owned, and she runs camps for women and girls.
Yes,
Yeah.
a dudette
Ma-
ranch.
A
All right.
dudette ranch.
Where?
That's what I call it. It's
Where?
called the Sugar and Spice Ranch, right here.
Oh, there you go.
Outside
All right.
of Bandera.
We're gonna have to check out.
Well,
the
we'll put
Dudette
it in the
Ranch.
show notes.
Sugar
All right.
and
Sums it up.
Spice Ranch.
Sugar and Spice. She does day camps and she does week-long camps
Shut
for mothers
up.
and daughters, grandmothers
Let's
and
go,
granddaughters.
Mom.
Well, you're pointing at me when you say grandmother.
Well,
Well, she's
She's
met
a
your
grandma.
granddaughter.
Yeah.
I know. I guess I am. Hey, Granny.
hey, I'm Granny 10 times over. They lose their luster after 10.
Then it's like, oh, another one?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can I just write a check now? They're more expensive.
Yes.
Wait, you're supposed to pay for stuff?
No.
Wait, what? You pay for stuff?
La, 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 la.
Simone's getting a new grandma.
She might be available.
Yeah, I hear she likes. I hear she
No.
likes grandkids.
She pays well.
They lose their luster after 10. She has 10.
I know.
Yeah, so
I'm
you just
joking.
write the check. So I think that's all good. Yeah, you got space for one more? 2 more?
Well,
My motorhome sleeps too. Me and Pete.
Do your grandkids swing out here every now and then
I'm
and hang
fixing
out?
to see one that I haven't seen in 2 years. I can't wait.
Oh yeah,
Yay.
yeah.
That's
And they're
exciting.
coming in from where?
They're coming in actually from just north of Dallas.
Okay.
But they were stranded in Minnesota and bailed in the middle of COVID. Go figure.
Oh.
But I haven't got to see them in 2 years.
Okay.
that'll be
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, a lot of stories like that. So it'll be great to see them.
Yes. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. But we're glad to have you guys here at Skyline.
Yes.
Well, good.
Yes.
It's been
Going
great
to be
to be
back
here.
next weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we are for the Texas Truck Camper Rally.
We'll
We'll be talking into microphones again, probably.
It's rally time.
I know where to avoid next weekend.
That's right.
I'll give you a schedule so you know when we're doing this.
Okay. Cool.
But also, we need to talk about next year's rally dates,
Yeah.
All right, we can do that.
like sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just say
Thanks, Terry.
that you and everyone here at Skyline Ranch have a fantastic location for just RVers in general, but this place just works for our rally. So thank you so much for
Yes.
being so
Everyone's
hospitable,
been
for making
kind.
it work.
Yes.
we love having you guys. I mean, it's
They let
you
me
guys are
drive a
awesome.
golf cart for some reason.
Oh, I know. That was kind of
You're
scary
kinda
last
scary.
night.
Lindsay.
That was kind of scary.
Fine.
Oh, come on. I've had an employee put one into the porch. I've had an employee
See,
take
Lindsay,
out a
you're
water
in.
pipe with one. Come on.
Oh, well, you haven't done
I don't
that
give
yet.
them a hard time. I haven't wrecked one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Lindsay.
Thanks.
No porches or water pipes.
There's always next weekend.
Yes. So if you're listening to this podcast, we want to invite you to do yourself a favor, check out Bandera. And if you're coming this way, stay here.
It's
For crying out loud,
gorgeous. And
stay
you'll-
here at Skyline Ranch.
You'll get to meet Red and Paint and the gang.
Yep.
Yes.
Take a selfie with the Longhorns. You got to do that in Texas.
We've been here for 45 years. We pride ourselves on a nice slice of nature in the hill country.
Aw,
And you can
that's
walk
exactly
down
what
to the
this
river.
is. Yeah.
That's what
You
Mr.
can
Mack
hike down to the
says.
river, and it's cool.
All
It's
right.
cool here.
We're actually trying to keep the back 40. There's 70 acres here. We're trying to keep the back 40 and return it to all natural habitat for all our
Yes.
native critters and keep out any invasive species. So
Awesome.
Mr. Mack and his late wife Charmalee have done a wonderful job of keeping it natural here.
It is
Okay.
gorgeous. Thank you so much, Terry.
Thanks for coming.
Thank
We
you.
love
All
Hey,
Nice.
thank you, Terry.
This is good. I mean, the thing about having only so much time to be on the microphones makes it hard to get more people on at the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally.
That's right. It does. But it's always good to hear other people's stories.
Yeah,
We tell our own stories so many times.
it's true. It's true. And hopefully everyone will find some encouragement or whatever to do all these things. Your stories will be different. Your places will be different, but there's a massive amount of satisfaction in the camaraderie, the family that you develop, the community that surrounds every bit of this. And that's what the rally's for. That's what these stories are for. That's what family time on the road is for. It's amazing what travel and outside outdoors activities can do.
Hey, look, guys, it's raining again.
Is it really? It
Yeah.
is.
It is raining again. So I say, why don't we wrap this up and go play in the rain?
All
Some
right.
more.
Sure. Singing in the rain.
Okay, bye.